Hey art classers, I've got a really difficult lesson 4 here today, and it's home screen printing. Yes, you've heard that right. You'll need an old picture frame or an embroidery hoop or some wire, and I'm just wrapping some old tights around my frame at the minute. I'm going to hold it with a rubber band and some sticky tape. Some of you will not be able to do this. This is a much more difficult lesson, so it might be for those who want the challenge or for senior pupils. I'm currently drawing out the size, and in that little box I've drawn a cat, and I'm just placing that drawing underneath the frame. And what I'm going to do is actually trace that cat out with a marker. I'm using a Sharpie here, and that's going to transfer the image onto the tights, so then I can use nail polish to actually paint around that image. What I'm doing is I'm blocking all the outside of it with the nail polish, so that when I put paint through it, it won't come through where the nail polish is. I've stolen my wife's old nail polish because it's all I've got lying around, but if you've got PVA glue or decoupage medium or UU glue, you can use that as well. Now I've left this to dry for roughly about an hour, and what I'm doing is I'm just taping the top of the image because I'm going to put paint there and I don't want the paint to come through onto the paper. I'm using just some old acrylic that I've got lying around, and you can see I'm putting it right at the top of the frame, and I'm just using a card just to push the paint through the frame. Now I don't want it lean too heavy, I'm just sliding the paint down the frame. Now some of my images were a bit messy at the beginning, but I went back and tidied up the edges of my frame and washed it and redid these prints. And as you can see, the first initial ones were quite blobby, but as I went on and perfected it, you can see the print looks pretty good. And the greatest thing about screen printing is you can just wash the frame, let it dry, and use different colour paint, use different paper, and just keep on printing.